what this is a tutorial for this amazing team that I made that got me to Master Ball in Pokemon Champions. A lot of my friends have been getting into this game recently, and I can see why, because Champions this is the perfect era to get into competitive Pokemon. I wanted to make this because a lot of people struggle with team building and make a lot of little mistakes that really throw off their teams. And what I find is Pokemon has a lot of these little things that a lot of people don't know about and don't think about when they're making their teams. Like Shadow Tag Gengar, Ghost types can swap out against him. Stuff like that. Prankster moves not working on Dark types, which it doesn't tell you. I know it does. Never mind. But people don't pick up on this. People hear what Prankster is online and then use it, and then don't read the description and lose because of it. And it's just little things like that people really seem to struggle with. So I want to go through like my team building process. Obviously I'm not the best at this game. I've been playing it for like a long time, but I'm not the best at team building. But the main core of this team is Cofagrigus. He's no one expects him to have 216 physical bulk right off the gate and then immediately iron defense and double that. But the main idea is you send out Coffee, you send out most of the time Grimmsnarl, which has Fake Out, Light Screen, to sort of cover Coffee as he gets Trick Room up, and obviously Light Screen, Parting Shot, Spirit Break, all lower special attack, which is the one issue that I have with this team, is special attackers like Sylveon just coming out and instantly killing Coffee, and then you have no Trick Room. So obviously, first turn, Trick Room, Fake Out. You've got Citrus on Grimmsnarl so you can survive a little bit. Leftovers for Coffee because a lot of the time I struggle swapping Coffee out. So the leftovers really gives him a big survivability boost along with Iron Defense and Light Screen to just keep him on the field. Keep him body pressing and iron defensing. Protect obviously to stall out for leftovers and in case there's a really bad ghost. Rotom Heat is here simply for Mega Charizard Y and Venusaur, because I really hate Venusaur. That's like my biggest pet peeve is chlorophyll sleep powder. It just drives me insane. So obviously we've got Overheat, Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Pain Split for survivability. Most people would use Choice Scarf on Rotom, but a lot of the time when Rotom comes out we've already got Trick Room up, so I've put lower speed. He's got sort of middling speed, which is bad for Trick Room, but the Expert Belt, I mean, on Smogon it says that with what's it called? With Quiet Nature he can like almost kill Mega Charizard Y with a single Thunderbolt. So the Expert Belt's just there to make sure that I secure the kill. I've not really tested him much, he's sort of a recent addition. Golurk is absolutely insane. Now you would probably be thinking, you're playing Champions, right? You would want to use Mega Golurk, which is one of the new Megas they added in ZA, but Iron Fist and Life Orb is much better than Golurk, Ite, and Unseen Fist. I can see the use for Unseen Fist, but I really wanted something that could just put out loads of damage instantly. So obviously he's got base 193 attack, which is pretty crazy already. Pair that with 1.2 power from punch based moves, Life Orb, Stab, whatever. He's crazy. Obviously we need Poltergeist. Headlong Rush actually counts as a punching move for some reason. Same with Hammer Arm, and obviously Ice Punch for Garchomp and any other dragons you might be seeing. Mega Dramper, who's currently a PNG of nothing, is here for rain teams, like a lot of the time. It could probably work on other weather teams, but rain teams really struggle against him with this moveset. Obviously he's not got any stab, but I think he's just built different and does not need stab. Thunderbolt for Pelipper, Energy Ball for Mega Swampert, which is like everywhere recently. Earth Power for Archaluodon, because that is not how you say Archaluodon, but whatever. Because Earth Power just like one-shots him and it's amazing. Protect, because if Coffee needs to set up Trick Room, I like to keep Drampa alive. And then obviously it's got Cloud 9, so you can keep it in base Drampa form whilst you're fighting a rain team, and then if you need a bit more power once you've dealt with, say, Archaluodon and its Electro Shots, which you can just switch Drampa into Archie when you think it's going to do a Electro Shot, and it just has to charge up, and it's really funny. Same with like Solar Beam on Charizard and stuff like that. But Drampa's just awesome. King Gambit is here specifically for like special attacking teams, because I see a lot of teams with loads of Psychic and loads of Fairy special attackers recently, which sort of messes up the team because a lot of it depends on Coffee being able to withstand a turn to get Trick Room up and just stall people out. Very heavy on the grass. We're going to go Coffee, Grimmsnarl. I want to bring Rotom because of, obviously, grass. And then that would probably be wise, but I don't know, because he's not really got anything to deal with grass types. He's not got much. He has Ice Punch. I know he's weak to grass, but we're bringing Golurk. So we've got Sinestro and Torterra first. I have no idea what the plan behind this team is, but I like it. So, Trick Room first. Obviously we can't fake out Sinestro, but maybe Sinestro would do Rage Powder, and that would be bad. So, I was gonna fake out Torterra, but in case he does Rage Powder, I'm not gonna bother. I'm gonna get Spirit Break in here. Yep. Immediately, because he's Shell Smash, but that 2x speed is not going to help him when Trick Room goes up like that. So he, what would he go for? If he gets me, if he hits me, I'm dead. I care about Rotom less than Gothagrigus. I don't have time to see if he's a special attacker or physical. I assume he's physical. We're gonna go Body Press, Parting Shot. Don't have time. Okay, Protect, that's fine. He's trying to stall us out. We get Rotom in here. The Body Press protects. He's using Trick Room. Okay, why did I not think of that? That is fine. Protects. I don't think Rotom survives this. So we're gonna... Now, would he go for Coffee or Rotom? I think he sees Rotom as a bigger threat. So we're gonna switch back to this. Okay, never mind. He is Trick Room again, the fool! What a fool. Now, do we do a dumb move and put Trick Room up again? Absolutely. We are the silliest folks. Okay, never mind. That was a really bad mood. That really put us in a bad... Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Coffee's dead. We've got this. We've got this. Right. We're gonna turn it around. Turn it around. I would like rid of that Torterra because it's about to kill Golurk, but I think he's not got an item, so we just go for this. Parting Shot. Okay. This is fine. We get rid of that, so we've Get to keep Trick Room. Hopefully, no, Gerlich's not living that. It's not looking good. This is a really bad first impression for the team, but whatever. So we fake out there. I think we overheat Torterra. Okay, that's fine. That's the magic of the expert belt. And then light screen will get up. Hopefully we can kill Venusaur. No, well done, Rotom. Wow. Amazing. Have we done it? We won. We actually won. Okay. You see, this is why you can never give up, unless you're one of those idiots who uses Protect at the end of the game for like 4 turns in a row and gets all of them, in which case you should give up. Game 2, what stands out here to me is Oranguru, Sinestro. And a lot of these are relatively slow Pokemon, I guess. It could be a Trick Room team. It could be, it could also not be. So, I don't think he would send out Incineroar first. I don't know. We'll send out Grimmsnarl. We'll keep kicking Gambit in the back. We'll bring Golurk. Okay, send out Incineroar first. I love how as soon as I start recording this, I start making really bad predictions about where the game is gonna go, and everything goes wrong. He's physical heavy team. I think if he fakes out Grimmsnarl, he's faster. So I think we parting shot Oranguru. Nah, Oranguru's not gonna do anything. I think we Trick Room, parting shot Incineroar. Okay. So there you go. That was me being daft because prankster moves don't work on dark types. I just mentioned this, and even I forget. Okay, interesting. That was... Oh no. Okay, right. This is bad. This is very bad. I'm gonna hope that he's going for coffee here. And I'm gonna go for Spirit Break again. I don't know if he will, but it'd be nice to think that, I want to get rid of the Trick Room user. No, okay, never mind. This is a very poor situation we've found ourselves in. So, Trick Room, Zen Headbutt. You've got this, King Gambit. Come on. You have Focus Sash. You'd be alright. Oh no, no Trick Room anymore. No more Trick Room. Come on. Ooh! Ooh, that is bad. That is really bad. Hammer Arm, Incineroar, Sucker Punch and Eye Lip. Just get rid of that thing. He's probably gonna Protect. He probably sees the Sucker Punch coming, but if he doesn't, then that's an Eye Lip gone, and then we only have to deal with Oranguru and his choice of third Pokemon. Okay, no more King Gambit. Goodbye, King Gambit. This is us on the way to a loss. I just sort of am giving up and going for Headlong Rush because I want rid of Glimmora because I think that's funny. Never mind. You know, sometimes it just don't get you in. Okay. Very clearly, he's got Sand here. Sand with Houndstone, because Houndstone has Sand Rush, if you didn't know. With Corviknight, really good in Sand. He's probably good in sand, I don't know. He's a rock type, so. And then snow and Primarina. Okay. Well, one thing I did not say is that nobody expects Cofagrigus to have body press, so it really, really does well against Tyranitar, which just so happens to be on his team, so that'll be fun. Maybe we could go Tramper as well, because I want to show him off, because I've not been able to use him. Or we could just go King Gambit, go like, because them two don't get affected by sand. Okay, he's going for the snow. I want to see what this team actually does, because this looks nice. Trick Room, and yeah, we'll fake out Arcanine. Yes, he's going for that snare. Blizzard obviously does quite a bit, but we'll get Light Screen up next turn to sort of assist against that. Body press on Arcanine, because I don't know how much damage it'll deal, but a decent amount I would assume. Seeing as it's super, I wouldn't mind getting a Iron Press up, but I don't know how much damage Arcanine is about to do, so I want to do that. Okay, Head Smash. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, he originally had Rock Head, which stops recoil damage. So he used Head Smash, which does I think about 1/2 or 1/4 of your health in recoil. But Mummy triggered before the recoil damage, which which caused him to die. Okay, Tyranitar is a worry. Well, not really, because we've got King Gambit and Golurk to deal with it, but that's fine. Whatever. Golurk survives, because he's just built like that. Iron Head. I think we Iron Head the Titar. And I think we go for Headlong Rush against Primarina. Now, obviously, you've not seen Headlong Rush yet in action, but if you just want to kill someone, it's basically just like having Fissure. It just does that much damage and he forfeits. Okay. Headlong Rush gets the punch boost from Iron Fist, obviously Life Orb and Stab, and it just does so much damage. It's pretty crazy, I love it. I think Drampa sort of thrives here, but he's got some decent matchups, and I want to show him off. Yeah, we've not managed to throw out Drampa. He doesn't appear that much, but when he does, he's great. I love that guy. Nah. Body press here, not body press, Iron Defense, because I do not see Incineroar as a threat, to be completely honest. It's not really a big worry for me. I'm going to Light Screen, just sort of curb Gardevoir a little bit. Darkest Lariat, which is sort of slightly expected. Dazzling Gleam, and then we Body Press. I'm going to Parting Shot Gardevoir, because I want Grim out of there, but I also want to, protect Coffee a little bit, and whoever comes in. Because Grim is not in a good position to do a lot of damage. Now you may think, with Trick Room, a lot of people say you need to go all in. Like immediately you need to be, as soon as Trick Room is up, you can start sweeping. Because it only lasts for like 5 turns, I think. But I don't know. From my experience, it's sort of fine in VGC because obviously battles are a lot shorter. Like so much has happened in these last 2 turns. Battles are shorter, and there's fewer Pokemon, so you don't have to sweep that many Pokemon to win. Body Press is instantly just. We finally get to show off Coffee's Body Press in full power. And it's just amazing, because Intimidate does nothing to it. I think he's making a decision, he's just gone idle. Okay, 5 seconds left and he chooses Garchomp. You got to think, the opponent doesn't have knowledge of your build, of your Pokemon, that you do. So you know, like, the actual best thing that they could possibly do, but a lot of the time, they don't have the knowledge of your team to make the best move. So like there, he had no clue that I had Ice Punch. Yep, okay. Goodbye, Dragonite. There's not really much he can do here. Obviously we've lost Trick Room, but yeah. Whew. Okay, this is a team. Right, what I'm seeing here, Sceptile and Jolteon, which knows Discharge. So maybe it's a Mega Sceptile. Blaziken, the only reason you would use Blaziken is Speed Boost, which is good for me because Trick Room, Toxapex, some sort of stall with Regenerator, Aegislash. It's just Aegislash. Garganical is probably going to use that one rock type move, Salt Cure or whatever. Yeah, I'm not the best at analysing teams, but you just sort of, you figure it out. I think we go Quiz. Yes! Knew it. Knew it. Right, Trick Room. Then we're going to go Fake Out Sceptile. Because he's probably going to Discharge, which I don't think will do that much. But he will do a lot of damage after that Discharge, so... The paralysis is bad. But it's not the worst. Yeah, it could be a lot worse. I probably shouldn't let him set up, but I've got Trick Room, so I'm not that worried. Okay, that's fine. Question is, would he go for Coffee or would he go for Grimmsnarl? Because I sort of want Golurk, but I also don't want to put him in a really bad position. I think we just whittle Sceptile down, because obviously we've got super effective. There we go. Right. So in that situation, I would have gone for Golurk, but that probably would have killed me. And I really underestimated Coffee's body press and Grimmsnarl's ability to just instantly kill Sceptile. And I also forgot that Sceptile was part dragon. So, I think body press there. I think we're safe to get Golurk out here. Salt Cure as we thought. We could even swap out Coffee, because obviously I don't see him doing that much. We want Trick Room. Trick Room's going to end soon, so maybe we Protect. And then Hammer Arm. Just because I want rid of Garganical more. Recover, whatever. And then the magic with Hammer Arm is, I don't use it as often as Headlong Rush, Poltergeist or Ice Punch, but you get faster by using it, which is wonderful. Obviously we don't have Trick Room up now, but when you do, it's pretty awesome. I'm not that worried about this turn, I think we're alright. Obviously he's immune, that's not going to do much. See, even with a Shucker Berry, Headlong Rush just... There's not much you can do to stop that. I'm gonna Iron Defense just because I see Aegislash. No, I see Aegislash going for Golurk. To be honest, I think he might have Shadow Sneak, which is worrying for Golurk. I would rather get Golurk out here. Okay, King's Shield. Paralyzed, salt cure. This is a bad spot. This is a bad spot. Iron defense, I think. Fake out the Garganical, just to stop a bit of damage from coming in. Okay, he does have Shadow Sneak. I think we body press. And then I want to parting shot that Aegis Slash just to... Okay, he's got King's Shield, which I'm gonna... Parting shot just goes through anywhere. I'm gonna go like... Body press. Bam, gone. That's his tank gone. And then we just have to deal with Aegis, who I'm not too worried about. We're gonna protect. Headlong Rush. Okay, we won. Wonderful. Headlong Rush would have one-shot that. Right, so what we're going to do now is make a team. Now, we're going to do it in National Dex doubles because way more options for your Pokemon. Obviously, you've got every Pokemon ever, except for those in Ubers. Like, if your favourite Pokemon is Mega Rayquaza, you're going to have to play Ubers. Sorry. But a lot of people online with their team building tutorials, and this bothers me, they make it seem so complicated. The best way to get better at team building is to team build. So really you just want to jump straight into it and figure out how the game works. If this is like your first time team building, or if you're struggling at all with team building, you just run at it. And a good way to learn is to make a team, and if it has a bunch of mistakes in it, give it to someone who knows what they're doing, who can pick apart those mistakes, and then you learn from that. Or just play with the team, and as you're playing, think about things that are going wrong for you. What beats your team? What moves are bad and you never pick? Change things, you know. That's how this team came about. Not the Iron Ball Gengar version, but that's how this team came about. Was it never had Rotom Heat on it. It didn't have Grimmsnarl originally. It didn't have King Gambit. It was... I can't even remember what it was like originally, but it was... I think I had Mega Mawile, which was fun. It was good. It just was not putting out enough damage, which is where Golett came from. And then I was struggling with Coffee getting Trick Room up because he kept on dying to special attacks, so we put Grimmsnarl on there with Light Screen and all that. Then I needed a Mega, and I was struggling with Rain Teams, so Drampa came in. And I needed something to deal with Sun Teams, so we got Rotom Heat. Needed something to deal with special attackers, so we brought in King Gambit. You know, the entire team, except for like Coffee has changed completely, just because Coffee was the core, and then I built around him over time. Yeah, the first iteration of your team might not be your final one if you stick with the team. So what I like to do is think of the core of your team. Like, what type of gimmick do you want? What Pokemon do you want to use as your primary one? Say you wanted to make a sand team, right? So what are the sand setters? So sand stream. Right, you've got options here. Now, obviously T-Tar is ahead of the curve when it comes to sand setting. So, but if you really like a Powdon or Gigalith, they're right there. And I have in fact used a Powdon. I'm making a Powdon team, and I put Gigalith on this sand team. So, yeah, you can make use of them. But for this example, we're gonna go T-Tar, who we might change to Mega T-Tar later. That's our sand setter. Then we need something that can abuse T-Tar's sand setting ability. So, Sand Rush. which gives Pokemon double the speed under sand. Now you got a lot of good options here. Dracovish was massive in Sword and Shield, sort of fallen off now. I'm not sure what he's like in that Dex doubles, I've not really used him before. Excadrill is the premier Sandrush user in Champions right now, closely followed by Houndstone and sometimes Lycanroc. But I've never used Stoutland before. So, Sandstream user, our Sandrush user. What else does Sand do? Right, Sand can activate certain abilities such as Sandrush. Sand also, I believe, gives plus 50% special defense, right? So we want to abuse that. What if we got a tanky rock type? Okay, what's a tanky rock type? Let's try... Aggron. Okay. What does Aggron get? Aggron gets Sturdy, which we want him to be tanky, so do we really need Sturdy? He gets Heavy Metal. He gets Rockhead. Let's use Rockhead. Now, the jerk with Aggron is obviously the wall, but also that as soon as he faces any special attacking move, he's dead. Sand increases the special defense of rock types by 50%. So what if we made just a really bulky fella, right? He doesn't need special attack. So he's got really good special defense and HP. He's going to be really difficult to take down. Now obviously people would use Mega Aggron, but Mega Aggron is regular steel. He's not got the rock typing, so he wouldn't be able to benefit from the special defense boost. And also, most people expect Mega Aggron when you see an Aggron on a team, so that's sort of in your favour. You can play around with expectation in this game. A user of Contrary. Now, Bulldoze hits everyone, and it lowers speed. So, we can use that in our favour. We can use that in our favour. To boost the speed of a Contrary user. So, let's pick Superior. Now, Contrary, it reverses how stat changes work. So if you boost your speed with Superior with, say, Agility, you would lose speed. But if you lose speed, say, from Bulldoze, you gain speed. Okay. Now this is just sort of what I've randomly picked. But we now have a sort of wall breaker in Superior, because he's got Contrary, which gets the boost from Bulldoze, and also he will gain 2 special attack from Leaf Storm. You have given him Life Orb just to give him more damage, Dragon Pulse just for coverage, Terra Blast, which he has the Terra type of water, and I just thought, we want, if any sort of fire type appears or anything like that, water can break through. Water's really consistent attacking type, I find. Okay, so this is what we've come up with for our 2 first Pokemon, Tyranitar and Stoutland. We've got Smooth Rock on Tyranitar because I want to put a different Mega on the team. This will also throw off the enemy, because they might be expecting either Mega T-Tar or Mega Aggron. They might prepare for that and make a move depending on that. So we've got Smooth Rock, just to increase how long Sandstorm lasts. Then Sandstream to summon Sandstorm. Knockoff is probably his best Dark type attacking move. Rock Slide is really good in doubles. Low Kick for opposing other Tyranitars and other rock types, dark types, steel types, whatever. Low Kick is really good. And Protect, because I like to keep T-Tar safe. And then we've sort of gone the gimmicky route with Stoutland just to prove that you can really get creative with this game. So Sand Rush, then Normal Gem, which boosts the first successful normal type attack. Then obviously normal stab. As much attack as possible. Speed is alright because of sand rush. So how last resort works is it fails unless like every other move has been used. So you need at least one move. I've chosen protect just to keep him alive. If he had fake out, I'd be using that. So that's the sort of Kangaskhan strategy. It's just we're using sand rush instead. And then does 140 power, boosted by stab, boosted by normal gem, and we're alright. You know, hopefully we'll kill a few people with that and really surprise them. So now we don't really have anything consistent for sand rush to keep, to, you know, abuse sand. So we're gonna get another sand rush user, and this time I'm gonna pick something safer. I'm gonna go for Houndstone. I love Houndstone. So it gets last respects, which is a broken move. Gets some really good support moves like disable. Poltergeist is good. I'm probably going to bring that for if I send him out immediately. Oh no, actually we're going to replace Poltergeist with Phantom Force, one of my favourite moves. And give him play rough and disable. Yeah. And give him, I don't mind. I would rather him be a bit faster. Give him Citrus Berry. So far we've got a decent team. We've got the core in Tyranitar and Houndstone. We've got a gimmicky sort of Hail Mary with Southland. We've got a defensive tank with Aggron. And we've got a wall breaker with Superior. Now what else could the team do with? One of my favourite varieties of Pokemon is the pivot. So something you can send in on a whim without thinking too much and then maybe deal a bit of damage or swap out. You know? Something safe that you can, say if Tyranitar was facing down 2 fighting types, he's not in a great position, he could protect, but after that he's sort of done for. Now I could send out Houndstone, but that'd put me at risk, and I have 2 other Pokemon that are weak to fighting, so we need something that can take a few hits and swap out. Now one of the best switching moves in the game is Parting Shot, but there's also Teleport, so we're going to try Parting Shot first, and nothing too bulky here, nothing that I see. Maybe Petra Runt, but we're not going to use legendaries on this team. So let's try Teleport. Okay. More bulky Pokemon. Especially Slowbro. So I'm going to give him Regenerator, which really works with the pivot. So he can gain more health. We'll give him Protect. We'll give him Scald. Give him Teleport. And what else could we give him? Maybe Nasty Plot. He's already bulky, so I don't think he needs Calm Mind that much. And Nasty Plot just puts pressure on immediately. I'm going to give him Leftovers. So, we have a full team, and we did 0 research really, we just used the sort of materials that are already in Showdown, and Showdown is brilliant, because say you want, I don't know, physical attacking move, category physical, say you want it to be Fairy type, done, you found one, okay. So, we analyse the team. Maybe Mega Sharpedo. He gets speed boost in his regular form and Strong Jaw in his Mega form. Incineroar is a worry with Intimidate. Talonflame will have Gale Wings, which when he's full health, his flying type attacks get priority. So lots of priority on this team and speed. Amoonguss has Spore, which is a big worry. Pelipper sets Rain, which probably works well with Sharpedo. And Pikachu's Thunder. Okay. So, we could immediately go Tyranitar for Sand, but I'm worried that it'll send out Pelipper first, so I'm going to send out Slowbro. And we'll send out Aggron, just because in case he sends out either Incineroar or Talonflame first, then we've got something to ward them a little bit. Okay, so he's probably going to use a water type attack on Aggron. He might go for Tailwind, so we're going to teleport Slowbro out of here, and we're going to switch into Tyranitar with that. And you know, sometimes the best option is the simplest one, so we're going to head smash straight into Talonflame, who uses Tailwind, and Talonflame has a Sash, which is fine. Teleport out, Tyranitar, and now we've got 540 special defense and 355 special defense, which is immediately destroyed by Pelipper because I was daft. But that's fine, we can swap out to Slowbro. Maybe even Houndstone. It was a mistake of mine to send out Tyranitar so early. But it's fine. Liquidation does nothing. I'm going to protect and play rough on Sharpedo, because I predicted that he might have swapped out to Pelipper. Now we're 1-1, which is fine. I'm going to have to think about this. If I send out Tita, he's going to send out Pelipper immediately. Now, Slowbro has nothing to deal with Pelipper right off the bat, so I'm going to send out Stoutland. And then I'm going to swap out to Tita, because chances are he's not going to attack Slowbro, and if he does, it's probably with a Dark type move. So I'm going to protect. And when he sees Tita coming in, I'm hoping that he's going to swap in Pelipper, and Stoutland might be able to do something about that. Yes. So, I think he's going to swap out Incineroar and send out Pelipper. Now, honestly, Stoutland is faster than Incineroar, which is an issue here. But maybe he just swaps out cleanly, which would be fine. Protect, Last Resort, and we go for it. Perfect. So we've set him up to take a Last Resort from Stoutland. Bam. So that's probably the biggest issue facing our team, completely gone. Because we sort of approached the enemy like a puzzle to solve, in a way. You look at what resources he has, and you think, how would I get him to play in a way that I know he already has done before, or in a way that I can manipulate? I'm going to protect. That doesn't really bother me. So I'm going to safe switch into that. No, we're not. I'm going to go straight for Tita. Last Resort into Sharpedo. Now if he protects, or if he kills Stoutland here, okay, that's fine. No more Stoutland. But he definitely did his job. Now he can't really do anything, which he can't protect Sharpedo anymore, unless he swaps into Incineroar or Amoonguss. So, probably the best bet here is Serperior, just to scare his Sharpedo a little bit, you know. Now we could knock off, just to ensure if he switches I do a lot of damage. And probably kill. Okay, he didn't kill, he didn't swap, just fine. So we get the Leaf Swarm. And Life Orb kills us. So we didn't get to make that much use out of Serperior. but we're still 3 for 3. And we've been trading pretty consistently. Pikachu's actually a big worry, because he's been doing quite a bit of damage. Although he's going to swap, so he's going to send out a Mungus and Incineroar. My best bet might be Slowbro to deal psychic damage to a Mungus. We didn't put a psychic type move on Slowbro, which is daft. So if we send out Aggron, what if we bulldozed? Just to lower their speed so we can get the next attack. And he uses Spore, which is very bad for us. We could do Terra Rock to get a lot of damage and hopefully kill that Amoonguss before it does anything else. Okay, Amoonguss swaps out, which is fine. Because Pikachu's gone, Incineroar's really damaged. Guess it's got Citrus Berry, but we'll be alright. Parting shot, bring in Amoonguss again and get another Intimidator off of me, which is bad for me. So, we are going to Slowbro, we're going to Head Smash into Amoonguss, because to me that is the biggest threat. I probably should have done Protect actually, but Head Smash does not do as much damage as I was hoping for. Okay, he used Toxic, which is fine. I would rather be Toxic than I would rather be Sleeped. And he forfeited, which is a shame because I wanted to beat him. But there you go, the team we made in like 5 minutes. We played relatively smart and we won. Now there was definitely some issues on that team. I would like some sort of psychic attacking move on Slowbro, like Future Sight. What else was there? Aggron really did not do a lot of damage, so maybe put Body Press on him, which goes based off of defense, which is pretty good on Aggron. Superior did not get to do much because it was very frail and I swapped it in badly. But we're gonna... I think Hidden Power Ground is probably a bad idea. But we can always tweak that in the future. Houndstone died instantly, which was bad. We could maybe adapt him in some way, maybe give him Focus Sash. I don't know how good that would be, but we could try it. Tyranitar did really well, but he's... we don't have a Mega on this team yet. I think we got Tyranitar right, because we were switching Tyranitar a lot anyway, so Sandstream was getting put back into circulation. The general formula for me for team building: find a core member or a core idea you want to build off. What works well with that? What can abuse that a little bit to maybe a tank is helpful. A pivot is nice, and you want something that can just do a lot of damage instantly. We could probably replace Aggron with something that can set up, or maybe give him Iron Defense so that he can set up body presses and do a lot of defensive damage.